What if I told you that you don't have a bad memory? You just have a bad system. Right now, there's a 23-year-old in Japan who speaks 12 languages fluently. There's a memory athlete in Germany who memorized a deck of cards in 13 seconds. And there's an 80-year-old doctor who can still recite every bone, muscle, and nerve in the human body without looking at a textbook. They're not geniuses. They're not superhuman. They're using a 2,500-year-old technique that the ancient Greeks discovered and modern neuroscience has proven works. And I'm going to show you exactly how to install this system in your brain. By the end of this video, you'll never forget a name, a language word, or an exam answer again. Here's the truth. Your brain wasn't designed for the modern world. For 200,000 years, humans survived by remembering locations. Where's the water? Where's danger? Where did I leave my tools? Your brain is a spatial supercomputer. It's built to remember places, not random facts. But then education came along and said, memorize these words, remember these dates, don't forget this formula. Your brain looks at that flat list and says, where is this? What does this look like? Why should I care? And then you forget it in 48 hours. But what if you could trick your brain? What if you could convert boring information into something your brain was built to remember? This is called the method of Loci, or the memory palace. Here's how it works. First, choose a location you know extremely well. Your house, your daily route, your childhood school. The more familiar, the better. Close your eyes. See your front door. Walk through your living room in your mind. That's your palace. Your brain already has the blueprint. Next, create a route, a specific path you'll walk every single time. For example, front door, coat rack, living room couch, kitchen counter, refrigerator, dining table, bedroom door, bed. You just created storage space in your brain. Now comes the secret. Convert information into vivid images. Your brain forgets words, but it never forgets experiences. It never forgets things that are weird, emotional, or visual. Take what you need to remember and turn it into the most bizarre, exaggerated image you can imagine. Let's try it. You open your front door, and a massive wave of milk explodes out like a tsunami. It soaks your clothes. You're drowning in milk. At the coat rack, dozens of eggs are hanging instead of coats. They're cracking. Yolks are dripping everywhere. One explodes in your hand. Your living room couch is made entirely of bread, soft, warm bread. You sit down and sink into it. You're eating the armrest. On the kitchen counter, apples are juggling themselves in the air like a circus act. You open the refrigerator and hot coffee explodes out like a geyser. On the dining table, butter is melting into a slippery pool. Now, close your eyes. Walk through your house. Front door, coat rack, couch. You just memorized multiple items in seconds, and you'll remember them tomorrow. This is how polyglots learn languages fast. Instead of repeating words, they attach them to locations and images. Imagine a giant pear dressed like a dog barking at your front door, a cat stuck entangled in your coat rack, a powerful vent blowing a banana through your window. This is how people memorize dozens of new words a day. They're not cramming. They're building rooms in their mind. But there's one more level. If you never revisit your memory palace, the images fade. This is where spaced repetition comes in. Review your palace after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after a week, then after a month. Each time you walk through it mentally, the images get sharper, the connections get stronger, the memory becomes automatic. This is how medical students memorize thousands of terms, how actors memorize massive scripts, how memory champions memorize entire decks of cards. They're not smarter, they're systematic. So here's your challenge. Tonight, build your first memory palace. Pick a place you know well. Create 10 stops. Memorize something. A shopping list, new words, facts, anything. Once you prove to yourself that this works, you'll never go back to normal studying. You don't have a bad memory. You just needed a better system. Now go build your palace. Try it now. Comment your first memory palace location below. Subscribe for more learning techniques.